You now have your theme installed. So what do you do now with the Small Biz theme? Well, hopefully the overview and the help from Don has gotten you on a great start. But I wanted to walk you through kind of the settings that I used and chose to go with. You're welcome to use anything you'd like, and that's one of the reasons why I like Small Biz theme. It's very, very customizable. So let me show you what the website looks like after I've made some changes. This is what I have now, and this is what I had before. Small Biz theme will default to having a couple things on and things set up in a place that you may or may not like, even a color scheme. So let me walk you through kind of what I did to make this look like this. So from the dashboard you can go to the Small Biz options, which is really packed with quite a few good things. And they're broken down into understandable sections. There's only a few that I use right now, and a few more that I will use later. One thing I do want to show you is there is a great getting started video, a user guide, and a color helper. Let's show you what the color helper can do. I inputted Blackfoot Auto and Tire's logo, and I actually said analyze the image. And this is what it will do. It will tell you the different colors that are used in that image. And that might be able to help you, for instance, if you have an existing business, know what different colors that you might want to use in your website. You just click on one of these, and it will tell you right here. This is what's called a hex code, but that's really what that color is on, in geeky language programming. And that will come in handy a little bit later. I'll show you that. So you might check those things out. Oh, let me show you the user guide. So this user guide is super extensive. If you really don't know anything about WordPress, you can Google and learn a few things like how to change a menu, how to upload, create a page, how to upload a picture, all that stuff. One of the great things Don offers if you actually subscribe to his forum is beginner video series. So you'd be able to learn kind of all those basics. Quite extensive list. Not all features that I use, but I learned everything kind of the hard way. If you don't want to do that, then it might be worth it to get these. Otherwise, these other things like choosing a domain name, installing WordPress, kind of all these different themes and videos and all that stuff related to the Small Biz theme, and actually most of it applies to any theme, is really helpful, and it's all free right here. So it's only worth it to kind of get the extra video set if you need it. Otherwise, everything else is free. So I'll close that out, and then we'll look at the homepage layouts. You can look at building your own. You can look at all these different kind of configurations, find one that you like. They all look nice. We've gone with just the basic setup. We didn't click on anything else differently. And then I'll just always show you kind of under each section all the settings we have or don't have anything changed. We did put in a logo. So when you click into this box, it lets you select a logo. It gives you a recommended height. If you need to get your height changed, there's plenty of tools out there. There's one that comes on like a Mac. There's one that comes on a PC that will let you resize really easy. I chose to hide the name and tagline. Some great background color changers and helpers. This is where you can enter your business information. I'd put the business name. Didn't put any subline because I hid that. Street address, all right here. For international users, I guess that would be helpful to be able to choose which country. Email. And yes, I do recommend actually letting people see your email right on your website. Builds trust. Facebook link, if you have Twitter or Google+, you could also put that in. That's all we have at the moment. Colors and font families. So I literally used the color palette generator to select a few different things. And so I went in here for a header background and I actually wanted a solid white background because my logo was in white and it looked goofy having kind of their default there. So I just clicked on this color selection and chose white and hit save. And then the other few didn't touch. I did change, as you can see, like you can see the actual color it is. I did change the different colors of the menu. And we'll go to the menu itself here in a minute. This is very helpful to understand as well. Didn't change any fonts. Like the way the fonts were. We did change the title tags, so the H2s, so that way they would also match the same as the menu. Homepage text, I'll show you that in a second where you can go to widgets, but this is kind of neat for SEO purposes to be able to list a couple different things like serving Blackfoot nearby, having your business hours. We filled that out. That will default to showing all your pages. And then there's a featured page box at the bottom that you can use, and a lot of people really like it because it doesn't require any photos, but it can help people understand why they'd want to click to a different page. I chose to click not to have that. Search engine optimization here. Basically, I chose to put the business name and then write a quick little description about how we get the work done right the first time. I didn't bother with keywords or any of that kind of information at the moment. Or Google Analytics will have that in a later section. Same with authorship. But it is nice that it's all built right in to the theme when you're ready. I chose not to go with any of these mobile settings, Facebook or e-commerce. Some people will really like those features. So let's jump over to widgets. So on the left hand side you can go under Appearance and Widgets. And from here you can really actually just scroll down, and it's so easy to understand the different areas of your site and what you can change and affect, the drop zones, all that. So this is how it correlates and coordinates with this. So for the global sidebar, so information that will be on most pages, I chose to go with hours and put in my hours like this. That's how I wanted it to display. And then directions. One of the things that Don has in his guide is how to go pull down a map from Google and have it living, not just an image. And so if you click on the HTML section, you can see all I did is click on that and then copy and paste what Don showed us how to do with this, getting a map and embedding it. And I changed the size as well. As you can see, I made it width 200, height 150, to each his own. You might notice too that Don has built in quite a few different neat little widgets, I guess. Slideshow, if you want to put it in different sections, social media icons, all those things. And we may or may not use some of those. And you may use different ones too. But the one I use most common is Visual Editor. And it's something that's really slick, that this one that I actually use for all of these widgets. Most themes don't allow you to actually work in the widget area as if you're on like Microsoft Word or more visual. And I'll show you with text how that's a little bit easier too. I did also select Image Widget from over here, and when you select a widget you just take one and you drag it to the section once it's open. So you click open a section like this and then you drag it, and that's what you do if you needed to delete it like I'm going to right now, you hit delete down here, it goes away. And for your convenience, you can close the sections. So full drop down width on the home page, you could notice that we had a really neat photo of a truck, and all we did is click in here and select that image and make sure nothing else was populated and hit save. You do have to hit save on each section. The drop down main content area is where the text of your home page is, and like I said, I went with a visual editor and I didn't put any additional titles. I put my title actually in the page. And for you geeky people, so for most people you'll be able to just put things in here, typing like it's Word, bolding, everything, basically like it's Microsoft Word or Google Docs, whatever you want to look at. For me, I'm a little more savvy, as I've been programming for a while. I wanted to make it look a certain way, so I went ahead and just made my own header within that box area with an H2. So that's the second most important header on the page, if that makes sense. And then all the words that I use are in paragraphs. So if I changed any of that, I'd click update at the bottom, but I didn't. One thing that's nice is you or the owner or whoever you have write the site can write it kind of like in Word, and you can just come in here and copy and paste it. They don't even have to understand how this works, but it really is easy enough that anybody could do it. Drop zone right sidebar, I did the same thing with directions. I just wanted directions on that. And you'll learn there's the difference between global sidebar and right sidebar, and quite a few quick little differences. But drop zone 4 column, I had a lot of great photos that I wanted to use, and so all I did is click in here, write the services, leave the line, and then click here and added a photo. So add media. So you click where you want it and then you hit add media, and it walks you through how to add a photo. No big deal. For those savvier, you can click on the HTML, edit a couple of things this way. This is how you would insert a line that goes across all the way. It's called HR, with all those dashes. Same with each one of these. Say you wanted one of these to actually link to something. I took the photo and I clicked on it, and then I selected link. And I'm savvy enough to kind of know that you could just do /contact, but really you could also have www.yourwebsite.com//contact, for instance. There's a couple other random options here, like open link in the same window or open link in the new window. Sometimes when you're linking to content outside of your website, you'd like to have it open in a new window. I just leave it default and it will open in the same window. So that's all we did to get the site to look like this for these drop sections. And actually, if I hit refresh, this bottom part isn't actually part of the website. I had to take that mark because I didn't want that. See how it's gone? It's not too hard of stuff. I mean, like, that's pre-populates everywhere. This is really, really slick theme. So let's go to menus. So say I'm here and I want to go to menus. I can go to appearance, menus. And then one thing that is important, if you're going to create a new menu like I did, you name it. Right here, type something in. I do top nav custom. Then you can select from this side any existing page that's there on your website that you've already created. It will default that any page that's already made on your website will be thrown into your navigation. I don't like to do that. I like to kind of control the structure of the website, to control the look and feel, what comes first and what comes second. So if there are pages right here, you'd be able to click them like I did, and then you hit add to menu. Once you hit add to menu, they come over here and they're actually all like this in a row. If you want to make something be under something else, like say all of them are the same, but I really want this to be under products and services, you just drag it slightly over and it tiers it over. And so what that means is when you come to your menu, then it will have sub-menus as well if you'd like. So say you have products and then multiple services as products. Another really important thing is you got to click primary small biz theme menu and then you hit save. And once you hit save, then you're able to actually see what your menu looks like. That's how I changed it. So that's all that we've done to just kind of get it to look nice, get it to have a better look and feel, customize it. There's so much more you can do. Once again, check out that small biz theme guide and hit me up if you have any questions.